So happy.
Hello everybody, and welcome to A Tale as Old as Time, a tale before Yoshi grew up to be the malicious dictator he is now.
Hi.
That's
This
him.
was back in the day when I used to be so happy.
This is a story about baby Mario and Yoshi.
But all that changed when the Mario attacked.
A stork hurries across the dusky pre-dawn sky.
This looks great on Super Nintendo, by the way, this animation.
Seriously. In his bill, he supports a pair of twins.
Twins?
Yes, by the way, yes, this was the game that confirms that the Mario brothers were twins.
I thought
Yes.
Luigi was the younger brother.
Suddenly,
Wow.
a shadow appears in a gap between the clouds
I guess I'll be Kamek since Maz isn't here.
and races
Yeah.
towards the stork with blinding speed.
And Luigi is he's the younger twin. He was born a little later.
The baby's alive!
Oh, jeez.
Oh, goodness, David.
And...
Wow! Snatching only one baby, the creature vanishes
Poor Luigi.
Baby Luigi.
into the darkness from whence it came. And he still keeps spinning to this day.
And it wasn't until the sequel that this actually was given some significance.
The second baby falls undetected towards
The open
The
sea.
ocean.
open sea.
Full of
Yeah.
popcorn.
The end.
Popcorn
Clouds do look like popcorn.
No!
Oh
Oh,
no.
baby gonna drown, or so we thought. Meanwhile, here is Yoshi's Island, home to all Yoshis.
It looks like
Except for that one.
Yoski's.
It's a lovely day, and Yoshi is taking a walk.
Dum-de-dum, so happy. What?
Huh?
Oh.
Suddenly, a baby drops onto his back.
Why do I have
What?
a sinking feeling about this baby? Mama?
The baby seems to be fine. This is very fortunate.
Yes, it is. Oh.
Yoshi's spine, not so much.
The last thing this Yoshi needs is blood on his shoes. But wait, something else fell with the baby. Let's take a peek.
Oh, wait, I can't read.
It looks like a map. Maybe the stork was using it? By the way, Hype, you're actually not wrong at all, because Yoshi can't make heads or tails of it.
You can't read.
It's not written in Yoshi.
And I swear one of these looks like a butt.
Yoshi decides to talk to his friends.
I get the feeling that it's like, it's not written in Yoshi. It's just, the language would just be repeatedly the words Yoshi, Yoshi, Yoshi.
Oh, jeez.
Kamek, the evil Magic Koopa and kidnapper of the baby,
Yo, get!
quickly dispatches his toadies. By the way, pardon the little, Sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Pardon that little audio delay there. I guess in trying to convert this game over to the Super Nintendo Classic, I guess they weren't able to get this cutscene to properly sync up with the audio they had. But anyway, Yoshi heads leisurely back to the other Yoshis, unaware of the danger at hand.
I do find it cute that if you let this continue to play, you'll actually hear them like cranking back up the music box to keep the music going.
Hey, guys, wait for me!
Kamek's forces are actively searching the island. Actually, you say that, Logan? I always figured that was what the sound effect he was making when Yoshi was opening up the letter. Will these two children ever reach their parents safely?
I don't know.
More importantly, who are their parents?
Exactly.
A question that's pretty much left in the sea as we embark on a brand new adventure called Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island.
Oh, one thing I never noticed before. Leave it on the screen for a little bit.
Sure.
Because I never realized this, but in Paper Mario, the theme that plays for the Yoshi for that Yoshi Island in Paper Mario actually comes from the theme for this game's title screen.
That it does. In fact, I can hear it right now.
But we can't.
There, it takes a bit. For the longest time, I never knew that this actually had music because I always just skipped right ahead to after the waves and the ocean.
I was a bored child at one point and actually did leave the title screen hanging for a little while, and when I heard it, it's like, oh, cool. Anyway, let's not waste any more time.
Okay.
Let's start our epic new adventure in Yoshi's Island.
2.
Let's go.
Wrong sequel, Logan, but yeah.
File 2.
Anyway, the Yoshis are having a little gathering with the baby, wondering what they should do with it.
Let's eat it.
This paradise is Yoshi's Island, where all the Yoshis live. They are all in an uproar over the baby that fell from the sky.
I call dibs on the baby.
I'm sorry, but as the health nut of the Yoshis, I should remind you that babies are too high in cholesterol and fat.
I was thinking the exact same thing, actually.
You
But
can't
wait,
eat it.
the baby seems to know where he wants to go. The bond between the twins informs each other of where the other one is.
What?
Yeah.
Because that's a thing.
Good old twin telepathy.
Confirmed. Miyamoto believes in psychics.
The Yoshis decide to carry the baby to his destination via a relay system.
What's a relay system?
Now begins a new adventure for the Yoshis and Baby Mario.
Basically playing, what was it?
Conveyor belt.
No, not really conveyor belt.
Hot potato.
But,
Baton toss?
basically, basically baton tossing.
Baton
Not
relay.
really tossing, but, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
Well, they call it a relay system because essentially we're just tossing the baby from one end of the island to another island with the help of all these other colored Yoshis. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started with the game. So first things first. Yoshi, for all intents and purposes, is completely invincible. However, he still has a baby to watch out for on his back, and whenever you say bump into an enemy, Baby Mario will pretty much be formed into a little bubble. And, well, Yoshi's got to worry about getting him back before the timer runs out. If the timer runs out, a whole bunch of Chemic's nasty little toady creatures will swoop in and steal the baby.
Yep.
Thereby, you lose a life.
But be careful, because doesn't Yoshi... Isn't this the game that also... that Yoshi himself still has health, in a sense, or...
Well, technically, it's like the way that they have the health is the timer itself.
Right, that's
okay.
technically your health in the game.
Yeah.
Because
Gotcha.
otherwise, like, say if this game was made in a way where you didn't have the baby and, well, they never took took the timer into account, Yoshi is completely invincible. Well, okay, maybe not so much completely invincible because there are still some obstacles in the overworld that can kill the poor bastard.
But yeah, as you can see, yes,
I was also gonna say toadies is another word for minions.
Pretty much.
yeah.
Makes sense.
But toadies is their
So-
actual name. But yeah, anyway, as a Yoshi does, you can eat enemies, turn them into eggs, which you can use as projectiles, and you can also
Right.
use them to hit those clouds, which do various things, whether they give you extra goodies or unlock paths, like so.
Yeah,
Those stairs, very convenient.
it's kind of a big exploration thing.
By the way, know something peculiar about these coins?
The ones in the middle have an odder orange glow to them.
Yeah.
That's because they're not exactly coins at all. They're red coins.
Oh.
They're not
They're
coins.
they're coins. They're just red coins.
Oh, hello.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Aw.
Wait. Oh, he disappeared. Where'd he go?
I saw it flower and it disappeared.
I hate this channel.
Oh,
Oh boy.
Oh,
Almost
jeez.
didn't notice these random jackals guarding this rather conspicuous little pipe here.
Yeah, go down the pipe.
This pipe seems very mysterious and suspicious.
So was this series that... Is with this entry that we started reaching, I guess what you could call the prequel stuff, like with the... Especially, like, this was, I think, Yoshi's big first, like, platformer game.
Yes. Up until this point, all Yoshi really had to his name was his debut in Super Mario World and a whole bunch of puzzle-like spin-offs, like Yoshi's Cookie, Yoshi. And he also starred in a rail shooter called Yoshi Safari.
Okay, if there's another enemy on screen, you probably killed them all. But if there's one, oh, okay, there isn't. Could you use X for this though?
As a matter of fact, Hype,
Oh, got
But yeah,
it
basically,
right.
you see, that red flower, whenever you throw eggs or enemies into it, it converts them into these little stars. These little stars are what you use to kind of refill the timer, or in some cases, extend the timer. The timer itself can only go up to 30.
I see.
Still, that's convenient.
and part of this game's rather enjoyable, for lack of a better, for better or worse, mechanics. There's a scoring system in this game which tracks down how much time is left on the timer, how many red coins you collect, and how many flowers you can find.
By the way,
It's
if
a
you
lot
collect
of-
5
it's a
flowers,
lot of-
I was just gonna say real quick, the flowers. If you collect 5 of them in each level, it gives you a 1-up.
Otherwise, it's a lot of rigmarole.
Yeah.
Rigmarole.
But yeah,
Rigmarole, that's an
Uh,
interesting word.
and that is something that a lot of people, and that is a lot of thing. That is something that a lot of people usually overlook. Is that this technically is considered the second Super Mario World game, Super Mario World Yoshi's Island.
It's funny you bring that up though, Logan, because that's only a name they used in like English speaking territories. In Japan, they consider this a full on offshoot to the mainstream Mario games. Like it's literally just called Super Mario Yoshi's Island.
Oh. All right then.
They only really added in. They only call it Super Mario World 2 in the States and so forth. Mostly just to advertise it as like being something connected to like the earlier released Super Mario World, which
I don't think they need to do that.
I mean, there is the fact that you are riding on Yoshi, but for all intents and purposes, this is nothing like your typical Mario.
No,
game.
it's
Right.
not.
It is
Oh, wait a
very
minute.
different.
Don't go into the flower yet. I think I know what you missed. Go back.
What did I miss?
Ah,
Doop-a-doop-a-doop.
Okay, just
we're hurrying.
okay. Yeah, go across that carousel.
Okay.
Stay on the top, and then
Oh, stay on
jump
the top?
underneath that. No. Go back off and onto where you were, and jump but jump to where you're right underneath that crystal you're standing on. Hidden cloud.
Oh.
Ba-da-bum.
Hidden cloud.
Yeah, this
you
is. See, this is what this game kind of has that weird Scrooge McDuck syndrome.
Yeah, it does, because there are plenty of those special clouds that you can only find by just hovering above them.
Right.
And this is honestly something that's pretty much been held to tradition ever since. At least as far as the Yoshi games are concerned.
Yep.
There you go.
Woo! Go!
We got.
You get it, you get it, you-
Ow!
Oh.
Devil damn it.
Dunk.
Oh, I missed the bonus.
I will say though, whichever one of you two did that Yoshi laugh, it was cute.
I was trying to be Baby Mario.
But yeah, nice. And I hope you all enjoyed that, guys, because James is never doing that again.
Yeah, I am not doing a full 100% run through this game because honestly, considering how much this game will throw at you in later levels, it's honestly more of a headache than it's worth.
Although
Yeah.
we should go ahead and say, like, we're not going to do it, but
Whoa.
to satiate the curiosity of people that want to know, if you do 100% every level in a world, it will grant you access to a bonus world.
Oh, no!
Oh,
Dang
dear.
it! Jeez, the Chain Chomps ain't fucking around this time around.
No, they aren't.
Well, to be fair, you have plenty of time to get out of the way.
Back
of
to that tidbit.
Yeah, but back to the tidbit. Like, James was mentioning, like, there's a ranking system at the end of every level. If you get 100% on every level in a world... Oh, devil damn it, James! If you get 100% on every level in a world, you unlock a special secrets level for each world. They're completely optional, though, but they are some of the hardest levels of the game.
Oh dear, this is dangerous.
This is.
This is no place for a baby.
Let alone a Yoshi.
Trust me, Jordy.
Uh-huh.
Yoshi's Island really does not fuck around. Like, considering when it was made, they did quite a lot. Like, for example, it's the first game to acknowledge that Chain Chomps aren't just those little ankle biters from, like, Mario 3. No, they can be fucking huge.
Yep.
Oh, one.
Whoever said this place was a paradise was a freaking liar.
They
Well,
were.
to be fair,
Oh,
you live here, so...
So one thing that it's a hard life, but it's an honest one.
It should be said that the Yoshi that's going to be talking throughout this entire commentary is literally the one from the future that's, well, already gone past all the bullshit that happened in Mario World. So,
That's
pardon
true.
the occasional dictator comment you might hear.
So one thing I did like with this game, especially, is that this game was kind of like what did like start the big trend of like Yoshi games have always been very artsy. This one in particular seems like the whole colored
Crayon.
pencil crayon art style is really great.
Which is, can I actually bring up something rather interesting about that? Originally they wanted to actually go for a similar art style to what you've seen in the intro
Donkey Kong
cutscene
Country?
because of Donkey Kong Country and how much of a big deal that made in the industry.
Right.
The fact that games can get away with such a lovely, detailed CG graphics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did sort of end up getting that in the form of Yoshi's story, but we already covered that on this channel.
That we did.
Right.
So, but yeah, beforehand we had Yoshi's Island, where thankfully for some much needed conviction, they decided to go with this cute little crayon art style.
Also, I'm a helicopter.
Oops. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's another staple of the series, transformations. Like, whenever you see, like, a bubble with something in it, Yoshi can, for a very brief period of time, turn into that, so he can be able to, like, better get around certain terrains. And the only way you can get out of that transformation is if you either wait for it to run out, or you hit those square Yoshi blocks that you get. However, if you don't hit the square Yoshi block when you run out, Yoshi will just go flinging back to where the first bubble was.
Yeah. And it's kind of a mesmerizing yet traumatizing experience for the poor Yoshi. Bah! Another dud.
Missed again.
I can't believe this. I'm sure at least some point in this game we will get at least 1 or 2 bonus challenges.
They'll be somewhere.
Probably.
So, what has your guys' experience with this game been? Like, how I first played this on the old SNES when it first came out. What about you guys?
Ladies first?
I only watched someone else play it. I never played it myself.
Alright, well, what about you, Jordan?
I mean, I'm sort of just tagging along for the ride, but as far as... I mean, I've heard, like, different things about this game, like, I think it was mostly, like, a couple negatives, like the fact that, you know, Yoshi's literally having to be a puppet and watch over this baby who...
Chocolate gone out of control here!
Don't worry, they can't hurt you. Oh, hey, sign guy.
Oh yeah, but that's another... I almost forgot. This is another thing that that was introduced thanks to Yoshi's Island.
I can pound my butt into the ground.
Ground pound.
I use my secret weapon. What's that? My butt!
Oh, jeez.
Oh yeah, by the way, baby piranha plants, also known as nippers.
They're so cute. They must die.
You're right.
They're so adorable. They will satiate my hunger.
But actually, if I can go back on an earlier comment real quick, Yoshi's Island introduces the ground pound, and honestly, it's funny thinking back on it, because Mario 64, for all the great things that it had in that game, didn't originate from that game, ironically. Like the ground pounds from Yoshi's Island, and all those flippy tricks that Mario could do, like the backward somersaults, the freaking, triple jump. Or actually, maybe that's not the triple jump, but basically all the gymnastics that Mario can do with that game, most of those actually predated by about 2 years, thanks to Donkey Kong.
Oh, by the way, don't forget the star ring, which, by the way, those rings with stars are your checkpoints.
That's right.
And when you cross them, they automatically refill your timer.
By about 10 stars, I think.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's still better than nothing.
Oh, of course. Oh yeah, and this is another thing you gotta be careful of.
Oh yeah, those spores.
The spores. If you can't get an egg from eating them, but when they hit the ground, they will turn into nippers. Oh, and
also, we got ourselves Mario.
There you go.
Yeah.
I got you.
But yeah, this game introduced a lot of variety in both enemies, scenes, set pieces, as much as any Mario game would.
And Nintendo pretty much rode on his coattails ever since.
Yep.
Coattails.
Oh, who likes hot potato?
Because that's essentially what this is. We're going to be playing some hot potato with the bandit.
Oh, can I eat the hot potato?
No, you'll burn your mouth.
Dang it.
But yeah, it's like this balloon's going to constantly inflate, and once, well, obviously, if it grows too much, it pops. Whoever's on the receiving end of that pop loses.
So you have to be faster and faster at
Hopefully
hitting the
it's not
input
us.
command.
I'm trying to remember, because these are like certain things that you'll see throughout the game. Do you get anything from winning these? I don't think you do.
You do. You get a little item if you win.
Oh, okay, because yeah, that's right. This game technically does have like a power-up system in that, not dissimilar to like Mario 3 or Mario World, you have like a little inventory that you can use to get items.
Pop! No!
Oh no!
Oh,
wait.
Okay.
Wait!
Can it.
God damn it!
Oh no, come on.
We're going to lose.
Oh!
Or not.
Oh!
I won!
We got a 1-0.
Yay!
Oh, did you like my Mario impression there?
Too bad I don't get to eat the hot potato. But this is good enough.
Yeah, it is.
Hot potato.
But yeah, anyway, just going back to those power-ups. Oops! Just going back to like the power-ups that you can get, they kind of vary on things. Like, for example, some of them that you use will like automatically refill your star counter. Some of them will help you find the locations of like hidden clouds or red coins, and some of them are watermelon that give you different types of ammunition.
Oh yeah. That's where the whole fruit eating system comes in.
Well, yeah. Or as far as this game is concerned, watermelons.
Right. But it kind of introduces that whole concept, right?
Yeah. Not entirely, no. Like, Honestly, watermelons are its own little thing in this game, which we'll cover later.
Yeah, it's like it's not like a widely used mechanic, but they do give you the option if you happen to come across it.
Alright, come on. God, this thing's heavy.
There you go.
Thought it was a great.
Oh, my arms are so sore.
Oh dear.
I'll get it because I'm a dinosaur.
Hey man, I'm a dinosaur.
You know, it's kind of amazing that Yoshi's design evolved the way it did. Because I'm just thinking, imagine if it got to a point where it was more like the fucking T-Rex from Meet the Robinsons.
Real
I have a big nose and little arms. I'm just not sure how well this plan was thought through. Mama? Mario?
Yes.
Give me just a sec. Oh, there it goes. It fixed itself, I think.
Okay.
Ah, okay, that's good. Yay!
Yay,
Bonus
I got the goal!
challenge!
I got
Yay.
the bonus!
Yeah, I was gonna bring up something, but you guys were kind of chopping for a second, so for all I know, you probably brought it up before I could. Mainly the fact that Yoshi has no legs.
Not really, no. We didn't...
Oh, Yoshi has no legs. Okay.
Oh yeah.
That's
well,
that's
I mean,
right, he
yeah,
has
does.
no legs. Well, no,
Well,
he doesn't. See
here,
his sprite?
here he doesn't seem to have legs.
Oh, yeah, no, well, he doesn't have... Like, his entire Yoshi's Island sprite doesn't have legs, because, well, they wanted to... It's kind of like the Rayman effect. They wanted to make
Yeah.
things a little things easier to animate.
Yeah.
Ah.
Graphical
Alright, so now it's
limitations.
time for a good old round of scratch and sniff. I mean, scratch and win.
It's
Okay.
the lottery.
Ooh, scratch-offs!
Oh, just like that, my luck's already looking pretty good.
Okay.
Here we go for a second.
Okay.
Sir says
oh
nope.
boy.
Uh-oh.
Nope.
Well, at least it's not
Now,
canon.
let's go for 2 lives. Did I say 2 lives? Nope.
No.
Nope.
No.
Well, at least you got the 1 life.
Yeah.
Yeah, better than nothing.
One's good.
Yeah, 1's good for me.
One's good for a loser.
One life is all I need to conquer.
Alright, time to put one of the 2 commandos to work. Time to track the fortress.
Away!
Oh boy, here we go.
So this is something that Yoshi's Island and some of its other sequels have pretty much done. You pretty much go through the entire portion of the level with 8 Yoshis, but 2 particular Yoshis go through the fortresses and castles. Those being the yellow Yoshis and the blue and the blue Yoshi.
By the way, those buckets, hit them at an angle instead of straight upward.
Alright.
Oh yeah, because you get stuff.
Coins!
Golden shower!
Oh god, no.
I'm on.
Do you know what that means,
Oh,
James?
boy.
Also,
Yeah, I know what it means.
Well, Yoshi does
also
it.
geez, mode 7.
Well, that's right, this was back when Yoshi was an innocent little pup.
Yeah.
Before he had...
What's a golden shower?
Anyway.
Oh yeah, by the way, another thing that Yoshi's Island did, it uses an updated version of the Super FX chip, made popular thanks to Star Fox.
Oh yeah.
Yay.
Whoop.
Which allows for some really neat 3D graphics, and for incredible scaling up of sprites, as we will see
Oh, boy.
later.
Doop.
Oh yeah, don't mind the... Hey. Yeah, the birds are a bit of a jumpy bunch.
Yeah.
And they respawn just like that.
Yeah, I think.
Well, that's
I was about to-
annoying.
I was about to say, I could have sworn that like Yoshi's Island does kind of have like that Capcom effect of like respawning enemies.
It does. It honestly does, and at some
Oh,
points it can
real
get
quick.
very annoying. Though,
Oh yeah, you noticed it. That block above you.
Ooh, a secret
just-
path.
I could cheese the rest of the level. Well, okay, maybe not so much the entire level.
But it felt
much-
good.
How far can you go?
Trying to ground pound this. Oh, hold the phone. Oh, apparently there was more.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know it also works the other way around, like where you can go all the way backwards.
And unfortunately,
Wait. Yeah, I think you can ground pound
I'm all
that one slab.
I don't think
You
he
sure?
can, because he was trying that earlier.
No, but...
and I'm all out of eggs, so unfortunately, gotta go back the other way around. Sorry
dang,
for
that-
wasting time, kiddies.
that sprite looks so weak, though, like you could totally do it there, right?
Yeah, I know. It
should.
looks like there are cracks.
There you are.
It should actually be brought up that the way Yoshi handles platforming is far different than Mario's, because unfortunately, he can jump on enemies, but he can't kill them doing it that way. Well, for the most
Yeah.
part, anyway.
Ooh, egg blocks.
In fact, that's another thing that should also be brought up. Say if you wanted to defy well your tongue and actually jump on the Shy Guys, that's actually an easy way for them to respawn, because like you bop on a Shy Guy, you move two feet to the right, then move back 2 feet to the left, and there they are again. I think they completely disappear if you eat them though.
Kind of makes sense though.
Why? Because they're pretty much being bopped off the stage.
Well, because
Well,
like they're
because
even
they're
though they're
being eaten.
right, and even though they're an egg, they still exist as a sprite on screen somehow. So
There
in
you
order
are.
to limit,
That's good
so in
point.
order to limit, a blarg.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
large.
Not a blarg.
The magma blargs, which
Oh,
honestly
that's
look a
so
lot more
teeny.
adorable here than they did back in Mario World. In fact,
Yes.
honestly, they look
There you are.
nothing like the blargs in Mario World.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Those guys are adorable, so harmless and teeny.
Well, they're teeny now, but whoa,
Rawr.
okay, that was close.
See,
You
he's
say
just a teeny.
they look so cute and harmless, and yet they're made of the same kind of substance that'll singe Yoshi's ass something fierce if he jumps in.
Oh,
boy.
And of course, you got the big brothers.
oh, jeez.
Ah, that little jingle there has told me that we've collected all the red coins in this area. Yippee.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wait, whoops. Didn't mean to do
Break the
that.
pot. There you go.
Smash. There's the key.
I hope Mr. Bashful wasn't missing that one.
Yeah. Also, low-key hoping one of those flowers was Flowey.
Devil damage. But yeah, that's also kind of in the same Mario World fashion. Each boss is divided, but no, each world has like two dividers, like two bosses: the mid boss and the boss at the end.
Right.
Also, we got ourselves a little bonus stage here, where we just got, if we have the eggs to spare, we gotta go on a plant genocide spree for a flower.
Let's say you can just smash boys now.
Turn
Yeah,
these piranha plants into flowers.
I just like the whole overall like style of this game. Nice.
In hindsight, it's just easier to. Oh, and I don't. Well, it doesn't matter because I think I'm pretty much set. Yes,
Okay.
I'm.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
By the way, yeah, that's the pause screen. It's also your inventory screen if you have any items on standby. On that note, here's a little Bashful and Kamek.
Ah.
So you're still on the baby's side, Yoshi baby? Well then get a load of this.
Get a lot of what?
This.
Get a load of this.
Oh no.
And thus starts a trend that we're gonna see.
Make my monster grow.
Ha.
So yeah,
Oh,
we worked the
no.
Bashful.
Oh,
He ain't
boy.
looking so bashful now because he's about to try to pull a Mario here.
But wait, I'm Mario.
Whoop.
But you're just a baby. Mario. And you have to be protected.
I protect, I attack, but more importantly, I'm so happy.
But yeah, we're making him lose grip of his pants. His
Yep,
pantaloons.
wait. Doop.
Pantalones!
Wow, this
Almost.
thing is resilient.
One more hit should do it. There you go.
He's got them elastic belts and one more.
Okay, now one more. There you are.
He's a chump.
Oh dear.
Oh. I'm so sorry. I didn't know that would happen.
Oh jeez, he exploded.
Don't ask where the air came from. It just is.
He was so bashful, he deflated out of existence.
You know,
So.
it's funny enough. Yoshi's Crafted World does sort of play along with that.
Really?
Yeah?
Yeah, I'll show off how that is whenever we get around to recording that game. Because yes, I
Okay.
do want to do Crafted World at some point or other, just for how much it actually deviates from the Yoshi formula. But speaking of which, we got 4 more levels in this world, but unfortunately, this is where we're gonna have to call it apart. So stay tuned for when the purple Yoshi treks through a flower field.
Yay,
Okay.
flowers.
Till next time, guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Have a so happy day.
Papa Yoshi?